Okay. All right. Hey guys, welcome to our Sunday night power planning. This is it. This is the end of November. We have tonight and tomorrow, and then it's going to be the end of 2020. We've got 1 month left to set the pace, actually, in my opinion, for 2021. I know a lot of people look at the month coming up and think, what am I going to do this month? But really what you need to start doing is thinking more long term. So when you're looking at December, the momentum that's created in December is what's going to push us through January, February, and March of next year, which is crazy to say. But it will. And I know for a lot of people, November was a little slower than October. And when you start having a slow month, sometimes you can trace it back to your activity. Like if your sales are low, what was your activity 3 months ago? And so I always want to make sure that even when volume might be lower or activity might be lower, that my personal activity is still going. I'm still doing my reach outs. I'm still doing my calendar. I'm still doing all the things I should do, because it's the consistency of staying on track and keeping the momentum. There's that saying, like, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And we see that all the time. Like when people, corporate will throw out some sort of promo and people are scrambling, like, oh my gosh, I've got to have 2 new customers. How am I going to do that? Well, if you're constantly doing your job, you're constantly going to have a good chance of getting 2 new customers during a promo time, because you're probably going to get 2 new customers during that time anyway. Now you just have a bit more incentive. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. First, I want to go over end of the month. And my phone is beeping. I just want to make sure this isn't one of my reminders asking me what's going on. Nope, we're good. So end of the month. I'm going to walk you through a couple of things that I want you to do. I have a little graphic that I send to my team, and I sent it out earlier. So I'll pull it up, and it just basically says, are you ready for the end of the month? I call it the end of the month checklist. If you are on here and you're like, I want that end of the month checklist, just shoot me a message and I'll send it to you and you can use it. It has my team name at the bottom, but you can probably crop it off. But there's a few things that you want to make sure you're checking every single month. First and foremost, is your PV, that means your personal volume, is your PV at $100 or more? Now, how can you check that? You're going to log into your cloud. We'll do it together if you'd like. From your, like the main page, that first opening page, you're going to scroll down to that business dashboard. We go into the business dashboard all the time, right? For our Ready to Run. Tonight, we're going to go, under the dashboard, then there's the business snapshot. And the first thing that it pops open are your qualifications. So go to the next gray bar that says orders and do that drop down arrow. The first thing you're going to see is current PV. Personal volume is the dollar amount sold to your level 1 customers, your direct customers. So remember, if your customer has a referral, that is still your customer. So that dollar amount goes in there. But if your level 1 promoter orders something, that's not in there. It's just your level 1 customers and or your actual order. So for example, when I go in and I log in as Tammy Battaglia and I place an order as Tammy Battaglia, that would count for my PV. Let's say I go in my husband's account and I order as him. That's not my PV, right? But let's say Sandra Dilbeck is my customer. When she goes in and orders something, that's part of my PV. So it's either the sales of your direct customers, not your level 2, 3s, and 4s customers, just your direct, or your personal order. So yeah, that has to be 100 or more. Why does it have to be 100 or more? Because that's how you get paid. If you do not have a PV of $100 or more, you will not make a commission check next month. It's a very, very important thing to check at the end of every month. I also have on that checklist, do you know where your team is for the end of the month? So once I go through and I see, okay, my PV is good, now I'm going to go back into my cloud. This time I'm going to go up to the the menu button. I'm going to pick my team. I'm going to go to my sponsorship downline. Now at the very top, you can pick like where it says like how it's going to sort it. So right now it's preset to level 1, promoter number, and ascending. I'm going to leave level 1, but where it says promoter number, I'm going to click on that and I'm going to hit the, where's that at? there's options, right? I'm going to hit current PV. And then when it says ascending, I'm just going to leave it at, would it be ascending? Yeah. And then I'm going to say sort. So now it's pulling up for me. It's going to start off with everybody that's at a 0 PV. Okay. So now I can go through this report. Some of these people have dropped off the face of the earth. They're at 0 PV and they've been at 0 PV for months. I get that. But what I'm concerned is who shouldn't be at 0 PV. You can at times have a promoter with a ton of volume under them and they'll have a 60 PV because maybe all their volume is coming from their promoters and customers, like the promoters' customers, not their own personal customers. And maybe they've ordered a box of capsules. So it's always important to double check everyone's PV. Let me see if I can find an example of where it turns. It'll actually, on some of them, of course, I don't have one to show you tonight, but sometimes it'll actually turn red. It's even like a little clue to let you know. But so that's how you make sure where the rest of your team is. Now, it is not your responsibility first to check on your team. It's your responsibility to check yours first. So I always want to know, or I always want you to check, what is your PV? The second thing that you need to check, do you have any volume in your waiting room? If you do, you need to talk to your upline about where you should put it. Some of you are so brand new that you're like, what is the waiting room? And some of you have been here so long that you're like, yeah, I totally get the waiting room. That is a completely different side training from this tonight. So just know, and again, let's walk through that. So you would log into the cloud. We're not going to move anything from your waiting room, but I want you to see. So you'll know right now if there's anything in there. So you're going to go into your, that menu button. You're going to hit my team. And then from there, you're the drop downs, your options, you're going to click waiting room. If you have signed up a promoter in the last 60 days that is active, they're going to be in there. Those are the people that you can move around. So again, if you right now are seeing someone in your waiting room, talk to your upline because you need to move that stuff around in the next probably 12, 16 hours. The next thing on my list that I like to check, where are you with your rank or your bonus? So this is the easiest one to me because you have the cloud. Are you shooting for Cabo? Well, there's a tracker. It's telling you where you're at. It tells you how much time you have left. Are you shooting for an auto bonus? A lot of people think that you just have to hit 12K to get the auto bonus. That is not true. There is a minimum required of active promoters under you. It's right there in your cloud. It'll say if you have, 2 of the 4, or if you have 8 of the 4, whatever it is, it's going to tell it to you right there. So always check that stuff. It's so devastating when somebody's at, like, say, I don't know, let's say they're at $30,000 and they're like, yeah, I'm getting my auto bonus. And then they don't. And when we go back and look, for whatever reason, they didn't have enough active level 1 promoters. So you always want to be paying attention to those trackers in the back. They're there for a reason and they're super easy to read for a reason, but taking the time to do it is the thing you have to really, you have to take time to do it. And then the last thing that I think is so important, so important. And you guys, we have a day and a few hours to finish this. Are you and or your customers thriving for free? Now, there are times where on the 3rd of the month, I'll get a bunch of messages. I didn't get any credits yesterday. I don't know why didn't I get any credits? I'm going to walk you through your cloud right now. I'm going to show you exactly how to find out if you have credits and if you don't have credits coming. So you're going to go into your cloud office. You're going to go into the report button from the menu. You're going to click reports. You're going to go from there to the downline order history. All right, so it's automatically going to default to this month, like to the start of this month to today. Underneath of that, you're going to see it defaults to order number and descending. That's typically how we watch our downline order numbers, like that report. We see what orders are coming in and like we see them kind of in real time. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to switch that. So where it says order number, you're going to go and hit promoter number. And where it says descending, you're going to make it say ascending. And then you're going to tell it to sort. So here's the thing. In your cloud office, your promoter number is the starting promoter number, right? Like every promoter after you will be under you in that order. So by hitting ascending, it's going to pull all of the orders that went under you as a promoter first. On the far left, you're going to see a green circle with a check in it if it was done on auto ship. So if you're looking at, say, 5 orders and you're like, I'm good, do at least 2 of them have that green circle with a check? If they don't, you will not be getting credits. The other nice thing is, so like, let's say you're looking right now and you're like, oh man, I thought I had 2, but I only have 1. Time to get on the horn. Time to find that other person so that you as a promoter are thriving for free. That is bare minimum to me. The most important thing as a promoter is to make sure that you are thriving for free. Even if you're not in this to make money, you're not in this for a car or a trip, at least be in this to get free Thrive, right? Now, the other thing too to remember, if you have multiples of auto ships, the company's going to take the 2 biggest auto ships from this month to come up with your credits next month. So if you want to know right now how much credits you're going to get next month, find the 2 biggest auto ship orders that you're looking at right here in front of you and take the average of them. And you're already going to know how many credits are coming your way. Now, granted, tomorrow it'll show up as pending. So you could do that. But if you're trying, like tonight, we're going to talk about our calendar for the upcoming month. And if you're like, I wonder if I'm going to have enough credits to do a promo, or I wonder if we're going to have enough credits to do yada, yada, yada. Well, you'll know tonight because you've got that right there in front of you. So again, you go to your downline order report. And when it comes to the sorting function of it, you're going to click promoter number and then ascending. And that's going to show you all of your personal customer orders that went in this month. You know, who it was, it says tracking, the date they ordered it, and the dollar amount. But the most important thing is on the far, far left with that green circle with the check. If you don't have at least 2 of those green circles with a check, you won't be getting credits. Okay. So to me, that's the end of the month. Now we're going to do rate of run. Obviously, we only have a day left. So whatever number we get tonight is pretty darn close to what you're going to end at, depending on what you do in the next 24 hours. So for rate of run, we're going to go back into that cloud. This time you're going to go from the home page, like that main page when you first log in. Scroll down to that business dashboard. And that first, when you do the business snapshot button, the first thing that pops up where it says qualifications, you're going to take your current QV. That's the volume that you and your entire team have done. You're going to divide it by 29 because today's the 29th of the month. That new number that you're looking at, that's the average sales per day that you and your team have done. So you're going to take that new number and you're going to multiply it by 30 because we only have tomorrow. That's the 30th. And the dollar amount that you are now looking at is what you are projected to end tomorrow night at. So I don't know what your number is. I don't know if you're like, crap, I'm going to need an extra $2,000 to hit my auto bonus. Or if you're like, holy moly, this is the biggest number I've ever had in my business, and I'm going to pop a bottle of champagne tomorrow night at 11:59 Eastern. But this is pretty darn accurate at this point because we've proven 29 days worth of volume. So again, to me, that rate of run number is so important to check daily. It's so important to keep track of. You have to know where you are in a business if you're going to go further with your business. So rate of run is key. Oh, I'm missing some chats. I'm sorry. Some of those customer referrals, how do you know which one isn't and which one is? Oh, Lacey, I didn't see that when it popped up, so I'm not exactly sure what you meant. So you're saying a customer referral, make sure they aren't referrals. Does somebody want to unmute and tell me what I'm missing? Click on the customer and look.
Yes, when you had us check down the ascending to see all of our auto ship orders to see how many credits we were going to get, is there a way on that screen to see who's a customer referral or whom not? Because we don't actually get credit for all those.
Correct.
So is there like a quick glance way to see that?
Not from that particular report that I know of, no. No, I don't know that. I'm sorry. I guess the best, I must not have enough customers to where I don't know who's who. Like I know the ones that I signed up. So how could you do that? I mean, you could go into like, obviously each customer, you know, click on the customer number and it'll take you to the customer and it'll say if they're direct to you or if they're referred from somebody. But you're right. Like, so let's say you went to that report that I had you guys go through and it pulled up like, I don't know, 12 auto ship orders, but you're like, I only have like 4 customers that I know of. The rest of those are going to be referrals. You only make credits on your level 1 customer orders. So like people you actually, so again, my example, if Sandra is my customer, she counts towards me. But if April signed up as a referral under Sandra, that's great. I get paid on that volume, but that counts as one of Sandra's refer tos. So that's that whole like stacking of things. So yeah, I don't know. And I'm sorry I didn't see that in the process. I try to look at the camera so I don't get lost. Lindsay says, off subject, but curious, anyone running a cool or have a cool Cyber Monday sale or graphic? I don't have one made yet. Not that we can't maybe come up with one, but that is something that we're going to kind of dive into then. So that's the end of the month. Like that's the end of November. So crazy. I don't even know where the whole month went, but there it was. So tomorrow to me, you're going to button up, right? Tomorrow, you're going to make sure your waiting room is good. You're going to make sure your team's waiting room is good. You're going to check that PV. You are going to make sure if you don't have your refer to that you get your refer to. And then when it comes to like your customers getting referred to, for me, I know the customers who are sending people to me because it's so exciting when a customer sends you someone. So I try to go back through their accounts and double check and make sure they have their referrals and that their referrals have ordered or I kind of keep track of that during the month. I just have a little on my calendar here on the side that, you know, on this day, Brandy's one referral, Carol ordered on this day, her other friend, Shannon ordered. So like, I know that Brandy's set for next month. So spend tomorrow pushing for whatever it is you're pushing for. If some of you are still pushing for 12K, do not stop until 11:59 Eastern. Just don't. And let me just say really quickly too, if any of you fall short of the goal at 11:59, brush it off and keep going the next day. There's not a single person who has not lost a rank at some point in time in this journey that I know of, at least. I don't know if they exist, good for them. But if you miss your 12K this month, just keep going. Like people will tell you, yes, I missed it 1 month, but then I kept going. Some people will be like, I missed it once and gave up. Well, obviously you're never going to get that again. So just keep pushing forward. And that's it. Okay. So December, it starts on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we have a brand new month to look at. And I love, like I get super dorky for a brand new month because I love a new month. But this is also a super important month because it ends the year. It's going to take whatever goal you had set at the beginning of the year and we're going to end with it. So you guys know I'm the queen of the giant calendar. You'll be able to hear it as I flip it. So I have the big desktop one. This is just good. It gets things spilled on it. It gets notes scribbled all over it during the month, but it's in front of me and I constantly know what's happening. So the first thing we're going to do for the month of December is you are going to say, my volume goal for this month is. Now, let me please encourage you. You just saw your rate of run number. If your rate of run number was 12,650, do not set December's goal for 12K. Why would you set a goal that's below what you've already done? Okay? Don't do that to yourself. Take your number and add 10%. Or get crazy and take your number and add 30%. Whatever you want to push yourself with, but don't ever go backwards with your goals. I will tell you honestly, I have had a goal. I mean, obviously I've had 200K in front of me for like the last 5.5 years, but I've had an actual goal that it's been repeated now for the 3 months in a row on my calendar. Have I met it yet? No, but I'm still shooting for it. I'm not going to like backtrack and be like, well, maybe that's too much. I'll just go back to what I did in August. No, I got a goal. So you're going to pick your goal, whatever your volume goal is. If you're brand spanking new, shoot for 4K. If you've been around for a while, shoot for 40K. I don't know where you are. And what we're going to do then is you're going to look at this calendar. So December has 31 days. So let me just use 4K as, let's pretend our goal is 4K. And for some of you, it will be. You're going to take $4,000 and you're going to divide that by 31. That means on average, you and your team need to sell $129.03. Let's just say 130 bucks every single day. Now, does that mean you're going to get $130 every single day? No. Wouldn't that be great though? Some days you're going to get more, some days you're going to get less, but that's the average. That's the goal. So what you do now, since you know that 130, December starts on Tuesday. So we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What I do for my calendars on Saturday is I look, so Saturday the 5th, I would take 5 times 130 and I would write down the dollar amount. So 130 times 5, whoops, math is hard. So I know by this Saturday, if my goal is 4K, that I want to have $650 of volume. Again, does it mean I'll be right there? No, but it gives me a good idea of where I need to be. And then the following Saturday is the 12th. So I would take 12 by 130. So I know on the 12th of December, I want to be sitting at 1,560. So that's what I do. I break my daily, I take my daily goal, I multiply it by the date of Saturday, and I put those dollar amounts on my calendar, because as you're going about your day to day and you're checking your rate of run, you have a quick reference there of how close are you for that week? How close of you are you to that goal? I just think that's super important, because again, if you don't know your number, you don't know what's going on. So after I get that established, that's the first thing I do for my calendar. I'm all about making that money, right? The next thing I do for the calendar is I go through and I put in important days. So to me, important days for our Lavelle business are the 2nd of the month. That's free credit day. I want to make sure I check with all my people that got their free credits. I also can now look at my free credits and say, okay, how many free credits do I have? Do I have enough to go through and give my loyal auto shippers $10 each this month? Do I have enough to go through and offer 4 people free DFT? Like, I don't know. So that's me. That's one of the reasons why free credit day is so important. I also choose to make sure I shout out free credit day on social media to let people know I have credits, let people know this is what the company does. It's true. It's real. We do thrive for free. The other super important days are the 5th, the 10th, the 15th, the 20th, and the 25th. Those are auto ship days. Now, here's why we do our calendar ahead of time. What happens on December 25th? Sure as hell ain't going to be auto ship, because it's going to be Christmas. So I actually put a note on my calendar on the 23rd. I put auto ship with a big question mark. We will get something from the company letting us know at some point in time, but auto ships are not going to run on Christmas Day. People will not be there to process them, to box them, and do all that jazz. They will go out earlier. I don't know if they'll go out the day before or 2 days before, but I went ahead and put my reminder a couple of days ahead. Why do I remind myself? You guys, I have to. I don't know, maybe it's my age. I have to look at this. So like now when I'm looking at my week, I know that this week I've got free credit day coming up and I have auto ship coming up. So I need to be talking to people about credits. I need to be talking to people who have auto ships about non-Thrive things. So tomorrow I'm just going to be buttoning up November. On Tuesday, the 1st of December, I'm going to go through everybody that has an auto ship on the 5th coming up. And I'm just going to shoot them a message about something non-Thrive related. Sometimes I'm able to just pick right up where we left off. Sometimes I have to go to their Facebook page and see what the heck they've been doing. And then I'll ask them, about something that they did. And again, you guys, it's the holidays. We have so much stuff to talk about. People have gone chop down trees. People have traveled, even though we're not supposed to. People have had Thanksgiving thing, like you name it. People have stuff going on. So you'll be able to do some sort of conversation. So for those of you who are like, yeah, but how do I know who has an auto ship coming out on the 5th? Follow along. You're going to get into your cloud office. You're going to go to the My Team button. You're going to go to the My Customer button. Now at the very top, it's going to say customer number, customer name, email, blah, blah, blah. All the way on the far, far right. So you're going to scroll all the way over till you see the box that says next auto ship. Click on that box twice and it will populate the orders by date. And now you can see who is listed for December 5th for an auto ship. And you're going to take those people, you're going to write their names down, and those are the people you're going to get in contact with. And like I said, I'm going to talk to them Tuesday about something non-Thrive related so that we have some kind of conversation going. And by Wednesday, or at least the latest by Thursday, oh, hey, your name popped up on my auto ship list for the 5th. It's showing that you're getting XYZ. Wanted to make sure you didn't want to try the peppermint candy cane flavor. You know, with the holidays coming up and you were saying all the things you have going on and how stressed out you are, didn't know if you wanted to maybe try the Black Label DFT. Again, by having the conversation ahead of time, I have something to go on. Either they are like so festive and so excited about Christmas that they might want to get peppermint candy cane, or they are like, oh my gosh, these kids are driving me nuts. They're home from school. I don't know how I'm going to get my Christmas stuff done, blah, blah, blah. And then you can make a suggestion based on that. You know, and it could, and I always use those two because they're easy to do, but maybe they're not sleeping well. We have rest gel. Maybe their body's been bothering them lately. Maybe they've been working a double time or whatever. We have Move Gel. Like there's so many things that you can offer for people. But again, they're not going to know if you don't have these conversations with them. Oh, shoot, we're running out of time. This is the beginning of the month. We need more time, Zoom. All right, I have 10 minutes left. So I'll try not to use them all though. Okay, so that's for the 5th. So you know how to get a hold of your customers for the 5th. And like I said, I would start talking to them on Tuesday. And for sure by Thursday, I would have that auto ship buttoned up. You can even go ahead and look at people who have auto ships coming out on the 10th. I mean, we'll talk about it next week, obviously, but same thing, like get conversations started with people now. The more you know about them, the better you're going to be able to help them. Other important dates, obviously Sunday night, we have power planning. Monday night, I do a team Zoom. I cannot encourage you guys enough to be doing some sort of communication with your team. Obviously Christmas Day and New Year's Eve Day are circled. Why? Because those are things that I'm going to pre-build for. Just like I told you guys last week, I really hit Facebook hard Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, because what happened to all of your Facebooks on Thursday? Black Friday sales for corporate places all over, and pumpkins and turkeys and whatever galore. Very little space on Facebook on Thursday for you. So same thing, like, you know, this whole tomorrow will be Cyber Monday. So hopefully you went back to hitting Facebook Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Whether, I mean, and granted, Friday was pretty rough too with all the like true Black Friday advertisements coming through. But tomorrow you have the chance to do that. And so to me, when I start looking at Christmas Day, if we're going to do like a after Christmas sale, or if we're going to do a get ready for the New Year sale or whatever, if I want to really be building up that, like, let's be honest, people are going to get money for Christmas. I want them to use some of it to buy Thrive. So the week before I'm going to be building up. But again, if I don't have it on my calendar, especially with something like Christmas, because are we not all going to be crazy busy? It'll just pass me by. So I make sure and circle those dates so that we're ready. So I'm going to fly through this really quickly. Coming up, so you guys can think about the 12 days of Christmas. There's actually a couple of groups where they're doing formal 12 day of Christmas offerings. You could do your own 12 days of Christmas. I want you guys to remember, and I know I've said this before, you are in business. So yes, it's great that some leaders are offering maybe a 12 day of Christmas something, or yes, it's great that a leader might be, you know, whatever. You are your own owner. You have people on your team and you have customers that belong to you. If you want to offer your customers some sort of Christmas incentive, do it. You don't have to ask for permission. And I sure don't want you waiting around on someone to come up with something else. You do it. There are, like Shantae, you own a business. You already know this. No one is coming to the salon to be like, I think we should do a product of December and help people get, you know, a free hairspray if they get blah, blah, blah with so many gift cards, right? Like you have to come up with that on your own. So same thing. You guys can offer people Lavelle gift cards. It's a little trickier in the fact that Lavelle doesn't offer it, but people can Venmo you money and you can just hang on to it. Don't spend it, hang on to it. And then you can print out some sort of gift card for them. And when the time comes, you take the cash they gave you, you buy a Visa card with it, and you put their order in that way. Like there are ways around things, but you have to think of this stuff. So Gift cards are great. 12 days of Christmas are great. Cyber Monday is great. Pre-Christmas sale is great. I don't know, you guys, whatever you're thinking of, or whatever you see Kohl's and Walmart and all these people throwing up, like it's the same thing. You are in business. You have maybe a smaller budget, but you're in business. So get creative or steal someone else's creativity, but make sure you are using this time to build your business. One of the top things on my to-do list this week is thank you cards for our customers for our other business. So I also need thank you cards for everyone that's ordered. Like, here's the thing, in December, when you are like sending out the holiday greetings, whatever you want to call it, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever. Now's the time when you like, I'm big on thank you cards for like all the auto shippers. Now's the time when you go through and you send everybody that ordered from you in 2020 a card. I don't care if Sally ordered from you in January and you haven't heard from her since, or maybe you even saw her dissing Thrive on Facebook. Doesn't matter. She was a customer this year. She supported your business, and you are just going to tell her thank you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that jazz. Now's the time. Greeting cards are so inexpensive. Go to, I don't know, Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, or the Hobby Lobby might be expensive. I don't know. Go to like, they're cheap. They're everywhere. Go get some and send them out. I don't know. I feel like I'm forgetting stuff because I'm running out of time. Does anybody have any questions or ideas or things I totally missed? Something that I should be talking about that I'm forgetting? Hopefully you guys took advantage of the buy two, get one. I know sometimes when people see, Tammy, she was offering people 2 months for $100 off. Well, I was offering them, they were going to buy 2 boxes of capsules and 2 boxes of shakes, and I was going to give them the DFTs. Why? Because I take advantage of buy two, get one. I took advantage of buy one, get one. I took advantage of the pink label when it was on sale. When stuff like that comes out, I know a lot of people are like, oh, but I don't need any DFTs. It's not about you. It's about your business. So think of that. Meijer had 40 for 10. Oh, Christmas cards. Yeah. 40 cards for $10. You can totally afford that. Something I'm seeing a lot of at restaurants, and they started doing this a couple of years ago. It's like, if you buy a $50 gift card, they give you 10 back. So you guys could offer that too. If like, I don't know, maybe Bob's going to buy his wife some Thrive gift cards or whatever, you could throw in extra. Like if he gives, for every 50, you throw in $10. I mean, at the end of that, if you think about that, if he gives you 150 and you're throwing in 30, he could get his wife could order the 1 month supply with the extra box of shakes. And then you got $30 for like balance to throw in for them or something. So I don't know, just think outside the box, think creatively. Remember, you're in business. Always be thinking of ways to bring business to you. And once you have that business, how to keep it and how to keep it happy. Because you guys know it's not that easy to get a brand new customer. Super easy to tick one off though, right? So don't take advantage of people. Don't forget about people. And that's why you have the cloud. I forget people's names all the time. I'm just who I am, but I have reports. I can go in, I can see my customers. I can remember who ordered last month. Just use this to your advantage. So also this month, particularly when you are being pulled in all kinds of different directions, if all you can do is hop on a planning Zoom, there's one every single day that you can get on where someone will literally look you in the eye and say, okay, send your birthday reach outs now. Okay, send your auto ship reminder now. And sometimes when it's crazy busy, I need that. So if that's something you need, be looking for that. I don't know. I think that's it. I hope I covered enough for you guys tonight. I hope you're ready for December, but don't forget we have to finish November 1st. Don't give up on your goals. If you guys are close to a goal in November, just keep going, okay? And if you need that end of the month checklist, for those of you that aren't on my team, let me know and I'll send it to you. Thanks. Bye, guys.